Hi, I'm Justin Pate, and I want to show you what's in my tool bag. For me, what I love about car wrapping and wrapping in general, not just cars, is I like everything really fits really super compact. So again, this is what I have in my day-to-day car when I'm working. First off, I just have my cleaners here, okay? So I have my cleaners just in a nice, easy, portable thing. I don't need a lot. I got my all-in-one cleaners here from Avery and Sot. If I'm doing any type of window installations or surface security film, I got my film on. Sometimes the clients like me to kind of freshen up the rubber on the car and stuff like that, so I have a little bit of this in the car. I have my aftercare. In this case, it's from Avery. If I want to make it super shiny, I have my Croftgate Aftercare JP. Sometimes that's nice. Always have my clay bar glove, no question about that. For me, sometimes, again, I have a leather cleaner, because again, leather in here, again, I'm trying to be the all one-stop shop. I got a little adhesive remover here. Even here, I got some leather care right there. I also have my pressurized spray bottle, again, for windows and stuff like that. For indoor jobs, I have my levels, different kinds, metal and plastic. And I got my window cleaner here. So again, very straightforward setup. So again, I can do a lot of jobs right here with all these type of cleaners. If I'm doing any type of wall type kit and stuff like that, I have my 3M adhesion test kit for indoor stuff. So I have this always with me. I got my heat gun here. And again, this is the new one from Steinel, which I like a lot. It has the extra long cord, and it also has a built-in or an attachment that I can put on for my IR heater right there. So again, this little thing fits on top of this heat gun. But again, I love this extra long cord because it frees me up so I don't have to put that on or have an extra extension cord. And here's my tool bag, okay? And for me, I just have a nice portable tool bag. It has wheels, I've got a extender here. And again, what I have here is I just try to have my quick tools at the front here. I got my water-soluble pens, different colors for marking and doing striping. It's also for full print. I got a Sharpie in here. I got a wax pencil if I need it. And I use this for enclosed recessed areas. I have this with a masking tape on it so I can keep the area open for enclosed recessed areas. I have my application glove here, and again, I love this little backdoor prop here. That's gonna fit on the back here, slide this in, and then I can close the trunk. Nice and easy and straightforward. So this goes in, lock it up, and good to go. So again, this I always have with me. On the side here, again, swatch books. Again, you are a traveling salesman, so I got different swatch books. I got the Orifol one here, I got 3M, I got Avery just to have. Got my tape measure on the outside. Come back here, I got another water-soluble pen. Lots of knives. Again, in this case, I got the Olfa 30 degrees. And here I got my snitty, squeegee, and I got knife. Again, quick tools that if I need them right away. I got my Torx, I got my trash bag, so I always want to pick up trash on the job, and I got my plastic removal kit, okay? And now I come in the tool bag, all right? So again, in the tool bag, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep it as organized as possible, but also have everything that I need. So again, I try to keep everything in sandwich bags. In this case, I got my mold and hold, and I got my clear edge seal tape for sealing the car at the end of the job. Got tons of monkey strips, different colors. I got the new grape ape version, and I have the old traditional blue. So again, always in a sandwich bag, because what I like about it is not only organizes, but it keeps everything super hyper clean, because for me, it's all about cleaning with the tools. Here right here, I got different types of squeegees in my bag. For wall applications, I always like to have a bigger squeegee, so I get more squeegee surface area with one squeegee stroke. I got my soft squeegee. I got my 3M gold squeegee. I got playing around with this wing squeegee here. Like this wing squeegee quite a bit, so again, new buffers for that. Always have like a magnet squeegee just in the hand, and again, just extra buffers. Always want to have those on hand, so I got my squeegees here, nice and organized. For removing hardware, I have my Vera hardware removal kit. I love this one, super light, gets almost everything off the car. This head pivots, so again, nice and easy there, fits in nice and light, compact. Here for cleaning, I always have latex gloves, and sometimes if I do want to do a little wet sanding or prep a little area, I have my little square there. Lots of different style of magnets on hand, okay? And what I use is I use different varieties, okay? I have the Avery magnets on hand. I like how low and compact they are, nice and durable. I got this one from the Wrapping King line, again, because I like having the string in there, and I can remove hardware like spoilers and stuff like that and use it as a magnet. And of course, I got one of my favorite magnets in here is the stud magnets, okay? Very nice and flat and super strong. So again, keeping them in the plastic bag not only, again, organizes them, but what often can get on magnets is dirt. So I make sure that I seal in here nice and clean, and then it also doesn't fall out of my bag. From here, I got my knifeless tape. Again, the rolls that are live, again, I try to keep in a plastic bag. I got my CPR line, my PPF, and then I also got design line. That's basically what all I'm using today. Sometimes I have perf and I have tri-line extra. Here I got for emblems, I got my 3M press in place. Awesome stuff. Don't need double-sided tape anymore. Speaking of tape, I have masking tape, and in this case, I always try to have 3 different widths, okay? I got extra wide, normal, and then extra thin. Sometimes this comes in really handy for door handles and headlights. Got my backup knifeless tape. Always want to have this in the backup. Just never want to run short of that. Here I got my tack cloth, again in a bag, but again, tack cloths are really good for not only whether they're doing walls or windows and stuff like that, but again, for color change, I want to keep that dirt down, so I have these in different, ones in packets and ones live. Always have my baby shampoo on me. Again, this is for soap and water for recessed areas or windows and stuff like that, but again, keep that in a, I don't want that to leak in my bag. Again, no bleeding, no wrapping. Want to have my first aid kit for sure. Always have my IR thermometer. Again, I got the one with the Stynel, but I always like to have a backup for sure. So I have this one, which is really nice because again, post-heating is extremely important. Again, I'm big into add-ons and upselling. This is my PPF tape, and this is for door handles and edges. But I also have my PPF applicators here, nice and easy access here. So I got the one for the door, a general one, and this is really good, nice and thin edge. So again, if I want to do any type of PPF application, right there, straightforward. Again, for wet edge buffers and stuff like that, again, this is from the Wrapping King. So if I need any type of like chrome installs and stuff like that, I can make my own. But I also, as a backup, I just have my wet edge buffer. Again, my squeegee right there, straightforward. So again, everything here is just kind of categorized based on bags. For window type applications, I have these at the bottom of my bag. Don't do a lot of window applications, but it's nice to have. So again, this one is a combo kit. This is a scraper and a squeegee on top. And then this one is really for doing windows, and this is actually really quite good for PPF as well. Here I got for rivet brush. Sometimes I need that for little applications, trying to avoid doing rivets in Europe a lot. Never really come across it, so don't use this too much, but have it just in case. Safe box for blades. Backup snitties, again in a bag, so I got my snitties here. Application gloves, I always have 4 or 5, and again for me I'm using the Avery one a lot lately, but again have this in my bag, straightforward. If I'm doing any type of brick interior work and stuff like that, I got my 3M tool, you know, the Vactech T2, and I got this for recessed areas. I don't use this for application necessarily, but I use it for finishing the job where I want to push the material in. So I got these rollers here, always nice to have. Sometimes I like to have the heat gun on the car, so I use this as my holder for the heat gun. There's a nice one from Image One that I have around here as well, but again, this is always in my tool bag. Here, for spoilers and stuff like that, I got my holders here, so I can take off spoilers. So I use those magnets, or I use this. Again, always have backup blades in here, so back down in here, you can see that I have tons of backup blades. Just again, I always like to have knives backup. For here, I always have my adhesive promoters. Don't use them too often here, but again, I got my Primer 94 in this case. Maybe I'll use Provon, but again, have them in a Ziploc bag. Again, on this particular car, a lot of damage, so I'm going to definitely use it today. Scrapers for removing hardware and all that. I mean, for removing adhesive residue on the car. Definitely have lots of backups, different cards. Sometimes if I'm working, I don't want the rolls to unspool, so I always just have one of these in my bag just to be safe because I don't want to unspool on the job. Now we get into kind of some unique knives. Sometimes I need just a heavy duty knife here. So again, this is a nice one where I can just pop it open, okay? And I can really cut boxes and really kind of get nasty if I need to. So again, sometimes you need it just to kind of cut stuff away. Pair of needle nose pliers for electrical work on the cars, okay? I don't use it too often, but I have these special blades that slip in behind the backing paper, but I just have it just in case. Come inside here, got a live one. Here, I love this little tool from Yellow Tools that I use sometimes in between doors. If I'm really it's a tricky spot, I can use this. Cuts nice and safe. I also have this one for customized spray cutting on the car. So I got this dual knife here, and I got this one. So again, nice straightforward cutting there. I have, again, backup blades, just nice and secure. I got this, this is one of my favorites for a top sheet cutter here. So again, I have this thing, extend the blade, nice and straightforward. Come along here. I have a lot of interesting cards for applying to kind of tricky areas here. I don't use these all the time, but again, for color change, sometimes I have this, and especially if I'm doing any kind of tint, this is good. This is the little tool from Japan, from Tadashi. Really nice thing for corners, hot corners. Then I come through here. I got these application tools, and again, these are from Ole up in Denmark. So I got this applicating tool and this curved one, again, for tight areas, or like especially around the fender. I like to pull this out every now and then. And then again, I have a hook and pick set here, okay? And I use this not necessarily for pulling that technique of pulling the rubber anymore, but sometimes on door handles, particularly Volkswagens and stuff like that, I use this to kind of pull clips. Very nice to have handy there. And I also have lots of wrap tweezers here in this back section here. But again, these are not widely used tools, but I have them just for sure. Seal it pen, definitely want to have seal it pen for window perf. I got my air release tool, definitely want to use that in tight areas. always have a Sharpie, just always it comes in handy if you want to do some permanent marks on a car. And again, for me, one of my favorite tools is the Avery Flex Stream, so definitely have lots of those backups here because I use these for the micro squeegees and stuff like that. So again, lots of different tools in my tool bag here, but again, this for me, I feel like I can tackle pretty much any job, whether it's full print or color change, windows, tinting, PPF. So I try to have an all-in-one battle station here, and this for me works, and again, it just fits in the really back section of my car. This is pretty light once it gets going. And the last thing that I always have here, and again, you always have to be smart about this, is promotion, okay? Is I always have my business cards here. You know, I love monkey strips, so I have this stuff here. And again, for the Rap Institute, I always, selling memberships and workshops. I also teaching workshops. I have my Avery Dennison schedule here. Again, a lot of people ask. So again, always make sure that you can promote yourself. So again, this is my little like one-stop battle station here. But again, this is what I have in my tool bag, and this is what works. So hope you liked.